record. All right, guys. So welcome to the Monday Night Call, the Monday Night Swarm meeting. This is where we meet every single Monday night. I'm rocking my Swarm shirt, my Swarm logo shirt. We do have a few shirts left at the house, and we'd like to get rid of them before my wife and I move to Florida. And then I'm going to be contacting somebody to put together an online store with some updated Swarm logos and Swarm shirts and all of that stuff. So I don't know. I just wanted to throw that out to you guys. So anyway, I want to welcome you guys to the call. I want to thank you guys for taking away like 45 minutes of your week, each and every week, to come here and spend time with us and me. I know that we haven't had a call in a few weeks with Summit and everything going on. We didn't have this meeting, and I've missed you guys. I've missed being here on Monday nights. I'm glad that we've been here. Some of you have been in Coach Basics, some of you in Ramp, some of you meeting with other teams or whatever, but many of us went to Summit last week. So in case you're a first timer, I do want to kind of explain how things go. So you are now part of a Beachbody team, a team of coaches, and we have crossed over 3,000 coaches, which is awesome. Awesome. You know, it's been a long time coming. I'm so excited, and really what that signifies is that we have a lot of leaders that are building their own groups within this team, because not one person alone can make that happen. And I want you to really think about that number, 3,000 people. I mean, if every one of those 3,000 people went out and helped just 3 people this month, right, which should be what our monthly goal is, at least to help 3 people get started on their fitness or their Beachbody coaching journey every month. If all 3,000 did that, that's 9,000 people a month that have an opportunity to change their lives, right? And that's how this mission grows. And that is our mission, is to help other people live a healthy and fulfilling life. So in case you're wondering who I am and why the hell you're listening to me tonight, I'm the original coach, founder of Team Swarm. There's many teams. Maybe you're like, man, I'm on Team Sting. What's this Team Swarm? Well, we started Team Swarm. We've given birth to many, many teams, which means that our leaders are just friggin' awesome, and you are part of an incredible organization. And so every Monday night we do a team call. Most Monday nights we do a team call, and when we don't have a live meeting, we'll try to post a recording or something, or plug you into something on Monday nights. There really is a couple of things that you should be plugging into every week if you're a coach. One is the National Coach Call, which is at 11 a.m. Eastern on Mondays, and you can listen to that live or recorded. We do the same thing with the Monday Night Swarm calls. We do put all of these Swarm calls, when they're recorded, onto a YouTube link, so you can go back and you can go through and listen to the recordings. But it's always beneficial to be on live if you want. So I always say this: if you want to catch fire, get close to the heat. That heat happens to be here, and I happen to be in a really good mood today. So which is awesome, probably because I just did some T25 and I got a sweat in. So with that said, every week we cover events. We go through some recognition. We want to recognize the coaches that are out there working hard, and then we either cover a topic or we have a guest speaker or something like that. Tonight we're going to talk about the Team Cup, which is coming up. And that's the first event I want to talk about. The Team Cup is here. We're going to cover that more in the last 15, 20 minutes of this call. And so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that right now, because we're going to talk about that coming up. But with that said, Summit, and maybe that's why I'm in such a good mood, because it's like every time that we go to Summit, and we had, I believe, like 120, 130 coaches from our organization at some of it. Some of them there for the first time. Many others like me that have been there 5 or 6 times. But just to see how this network is growing, lets me know that this mission is working, and that this company is really built on solid principles, and it's working. You know, it's working. This is a long-term deal. This is not something that's going to be going away tomorrow. It's not something that's going to get blown away in the wind. I mean, we are built on a solid foundation, and this network is in a growth phase. If you haven't seen that chart about how we've grown over the last 6 years and how we've hit this upswing right now, and we're kind of in this upswing. You guys are part of this at an incredible time, right? When enthusiasm is at a high, when we have a lot of great products that are opening us up to more people. Products like 21 Day Fix, now the 3-day refresh that's out, which is like the 3-day Shakeology cleanse, but they put it into a kit now that you can get people into. What a great introduction to who we are. A lot of people might not want an entire month of Shakeology, but they'll try like a 3-day cleanse type thing. And after 3 days, if they feel great, they might trust you on the next thing. Does that make sense? So it's a great gateway product for us to kind of baby step people into what we do with Beachbody. So we got Pio out. I know a lot of people are excited about Pio. My good friend Jimmy Nelson is in the videos, rocking it in the videos. So that's out. That's in full throttle now. I believe the Pio pack is going to be on special this upcoming month in July. And then P90. So I just want to make sure that you guys know the new products that are out, but P90, I mean, really what I see is this, like something with P90, there's a lot of people out there that wanted to lose weight and wanted to do something like P90X, but didn't have the belief that they could do something that intense, right? I think that we alienated a lot of people in this country. You know, our mission is to get people healthy. Well, things like P90X and Insanity really focused on people that were already healthy, already athletic, already into fitness, and maybe didn't, you know, got in that way. Not a lot of people thought, you know, I started at 280 pounds, but a lot of guys that are 300 pounds didn't think they could do Insanity, didn't think they could do P90X, so they went another route. Well, now we have a product like P90, which is redone from the original Power 90. We've got PIO, which is all low impact, high quality fitness that they can do. And we've got things like, you know, 21-day fix for people. So the company's done a great job in the last 12 months with T25, all the stuff that's come out to really give us the weapons that we need to go out there and serve the masses, right? To really be able to find something that anybody, we could fit every single person that we talk to into something, even if it's just getting them to take a walk and use the 21-day fixed nutritional plan and drink a shake every day, right? Does that make sense? Even if they don't feel like they want to do the workout programs, we can get them started on their health journey that way. So I just think that, you know, we couldn't be partnered with a more amazing company that gives us what we need to bring to the people to serve this mission. So with that said, also, we had the Super Saturday. Hopefully you got to a live Super Saturday. I know we had about 150 people in Cleveland, Ohio. I know Liz Bellini ran her own in Sandusky, Ohio. You know, Greg Bird and Stacey Hanna ran one in Traverse City. We had people all over the country. I know we had coaches like Bernadette Bauman who went to the one in Arizona. But we had people all over the place attending these events. And I think New York City had 1,300 coaches at their event. I don't know if you saw the pictures of that, but Miami had 600, Dallas had 600, right? Chicago had 500. So we're seeing cities starting to grow. 1,300 people. The first summit I went to was 700, and now we're having Super Saturdays in cities that are bigger than the first summits I went to. That's a great sign. That's a great sign. But Super Saturday was live this weekend. Whether you went to Super Saturday or not, I would take the time and go back and watch the Super Saturday video, right? And just make sure that you're up to speed with all of the new things that the company are doing. It's a 45-minute video. It's not going to take up your whole week, but that video is in your online office. Go ahead and watch that. With that said, also the introduction of, I'm excited for the new 5-step training. I don't know if you guys are excited about that, but this is something that's been a long time coming. As you guys know, the 5-step process is a big part of what we do. It gives us the communication skills. It gives us the interviewing skills. It gives us the resources to use to go out there and help people in a good way. And so a lot of the leaders and their teams use this 5-step process. It happened to be created right here within Team Swarm, and it was me and a group of our coaches through attending Danny Johnson events and learning a little bit more, about techniques and skills with people and just people skills in general. Well, the original 5 steps was 3 years ago, and we hadn't updated it for 3 years, right? We had updated it within our team, but we didn't update it within the network. So the same stuff that we've now been teaching within our team, how to bridge the steps, how to schedule the watch and schedule the follow-up and all of that stuff. If you can just learn those things, and I'm getting great feedback from people who have taken this and used it. I trained on it in Chicago at Super Saturday 3 months ago, and I've had several people that were at that event that took diligent notes. I've spoken on team calls outside of our team to teach them the same stuff. Before we took it to corporate and put it into training, we sort of tested it within some of those teams. And literally, I haven't had a single person come back and say that it sucked. Does that make sense? And I always ask for that honest feedback. We want that honest feedback. So with that said, new 5-step training is available. Here's what that means for you. There's 4 videos in your Coach Training Academy, all on the 5-step invitation process, okay? 5-stepping for a challenger, plus a role play video with us role playing 5-stepping a challenger, okay? Like a prospective challenger, and then 5-stepping to upgrade a challenger to coach. So if you're following the challenge group system, where you're starting challengers first, looking for your best challengers, upgrading them to coaches when they become enthusiastic, then the 5-step training really fits what you're doing. The great thing about this is this, because there's been a lot of people that are like, Tommy, you're kind of the guy that created the 5 steps. You're this 5-step master. And so it's kind of been up to me alone to try to train really the network on this 5-step process. And so for 3 years, it's been like me beating my head into a wall trying to make sure that 150,000 people are up to speed with this thing. Took a year and traveled around the country to train this at all these events. Now that these videos are out and we actually have a video system to support that, what's incredible for all of us, including me, including you, is that now all of our coaches can get 5-step training right off the bat. They don't have to wait. It's not going to take them months to learn the 5 steps. They can go, they can watch it. They can watch it over and over. They can watch those role plays over and over. Now all we have to do is show them that we start people as challengers, upgrade them to coaches. We use the 5 steps. Here's where you learn the 5 steps. So you don't have to train your person on the 5 steps. Your job is to use the 5 steps on your prospects so that when they get trained on the 5 steps, they go, oh, that's what my coach did to me. Does that make sense? It makes it so easier. It's going to duplicate so much faster. And listen, and it's going to make our marching army of advocates, what we call coaches, I call them advocates. It's going to make us better equipped to really go out there and serve people in a professional way, okay? So I would take there's about 30 minutes of videos if you do the whole thing. So there's videos, there's role plays, and then there's documents that outline all the 5 steps with the bridges and everything. So the documents are right there. So you could take those documents, you could save them. If you want to put in your own girly stuff in the script, what I would do is the best thing, and this is what I do, is I would take and create your 5 steps, right? And save them on your phone, save them in Evernote, or put them on your laptop. So they're right there. There's no sense in retyping every time you send a video or every time you see what I'm saying? So if you have it created, you can just go copy and paste it, personalize it a little bit to that person, send it out. It's going to save you time. And then you can never screw it up, right? Have your list of questions right there. So if you forget kind of what to ask, you have a list of those questions. And we outline all those questions in the training. The questions that I personally ask, you can take them, you can add, you can delete, whatever you want. But the training is there in the Coach Training Academy. Obviously, I'm excited about this. I've spent 5 minutes on it. I think that's enough. 5 minutes on the 5 steps is enough. I'm just really excited because I'm not excited because I'm the guy in the video. I'm excited because I truly believe that those video trainings are going to help all of us get our people trained faster and better. It's going to save us time. It's going to save us frustration. And our teams are just going to be better equipped now. You could take those, use them in your Coach Basics, introduce people right away. I had a new coach today that I just said, hey, go through those videos because that's what we're going to do with your people. So with that said, there's one more event. So Danny Johnson, you guys know Danny's my personal life and business mentor, my financial mentor. She runs live events around the country. Her next event is at San Antonio, Texas, the weekend of July 13th. We can get 20% off for first timers if you've never been, or we can get graduate tickets if you have been for that. But it's Danny Johnson, First Steps to Success, July 13th. If anybody is interested in going, taking people, just get a hold of me or Nicola Shiflett. We'll get you connected to the right people to save you the money and get you the discount. So let's talk about recognition. Now, listen, I was in the Swarm Cave document, and I know that we've had some rank advancements. So how we do recognition is that we self-report rank advancements and Success Club points, okay? That's the only way that I can count what's going on and report it on the Monday Night Call. I went to that document, and I didn't see anybody's name. So anytime you or your team rank advances, you want to list that in there. Typically, we have like 20 names listed in there. For whatever reason, we didn't have any for June, and I know that's not right because we have 3,000 coaches and we've been growing like crazy. So I know people have rank advanced. 2 offhand that I know have rank advanced to Emerald, or that will, is Tammy Glenn and Bernadette Ballman will both be Emerald coaches, which means that they will begin qualifying for free customers here in July. If you're a brand new coach and you're not quite sure what Emerald is, you want to get there. You actually have another 27 hours to get there before the end of this month. I wouldn't hesitate. I would make that happen. I wouldn't wait till the end of July. I would go make that happen. I would do whatever I had to do to get to Emerald this month and get your first promotion so that you can start getting free customers and get that ball rolling in that way. So Tammy and Bernadette, if anybody else has rank advanced and we didn't read it, it's because it wasn't in the document. Let's look at Success Club for June. And you know what? I'm proud of this team because typically in the summer months, it's easy because the sun's out. It's easy to kind of take some time off, right? It's easy to take a step back. It's easy to take some time off. And so typically we have lower numbers in the summer. honestly, we had one of our biggest weeks last week right after Summit, and we've got a ton of people in Success Club for the month. There's still 27 hours to get in Success Club. So I don't care if you're at 0 points, man. I've scored 10, 20 points in a day just by having a whirlwind of activity and following up with people and making things happen, okay? So I don't want excuses. Excuses be gone. I don't care about the result. What I care about is the activity, right? So you're not going to make it if you don't try. You're not going to make it if you don't go out and do something. But these people have done something, and they're in Success Club for the month. So with Success Club 5, we have Tracy Felstead, Victoria Butler, Lynette Shuley, Tyler Davis, which I had a call with today. Tyler, I'm proud of you, man. I'm excited for you, too. Lindsay Cheatham, Melissa Yost, Frankie Scribe, one of our Canadian rock stars. Ryan Cervenka, 3 months in, he's in Success Club, him and his wife both. Nicole Kobe, Michelle Moore, Drew Curtis. I'm personally at 8. I'm going to fire my bullets and get into 10, whatever it takes. Tina Osborne. In Success Club 10, Kathy Kandira, Lynn Gebsky, Vince Leveille, Masha Amon, Ashley Malone, Brent Bauer, Lori Bolden, Danielle Barrera, Liz Bellini, Corey Cervenka. Tammy Glenn is at 14 points, and Renee Katzbach and Joe Gonzalez are at 15 points. And then with 20 or more points, with 20 points, we have Lindsay Black McGuire and Courtney Lane. 23 points, Tina Gonzalez, and then 24 points, Sarah Mihailo, who has had the most points on the team, I think now for 6 months running, the entire year. She's averaging 53 points and 11 coaches. That's why she got the top Swarm Producer Award at the pre-summit event, which is incredible. It's hard to keep that kind of pace over more than a few months, right? She's done it now for 6 or 7 straight months, so which is awesome. Let's look at the top volume producers. Bear with me on this list. I want to give credit to everybody, but we had one of the biggest volume weeks ever in Swarm history, right? In the network history. So let's look at the Swarm 500. We have with 500 volume, Ashley Migrant. Proud of you, baby. You did a good job. She's been working, man. I've really been proud of my wife because she's really been digging in the last couple of months and getting things done. And so this is good for her to be in the Swarm 500. We have Jason Delante, Sarah Stevens, Clint Osborne, Misty Rockmore, Deb Mahan, Sue Olson, Brent Bauer, Natalie Plesia, Kathy Kandira, Ashley Cerisi, Melinda Smith Billfield, Courtney Lane, and Joe Gonzalez, all with 500 points, with 600 or more. Julie Cottrell, D. John, Deanna Lechevsky, Marissa Cunningham, Michelle Stratton, Aaron Matthews, Jessica Reeder, and Sarah Mihailo. Awesome. And in the Swarm 700, we have Jen Marshalik. She was at Summit, 700 points. Jennifer Thomas in the 700. With 800, Angela Zapian and Liz Bellini. With 900, Stacy Hanna and Lisa Burdick. And in the Swarm 1000, we have Tina Osborne at 1032, Vince Leveille at 1090, Ashley Malone at 1122. Awesome. Awesome. And I personally was at 1340. I don't say that to brag. I say that for my own accountability, so you know that I'm also working just like you guys. I'm not telling you just to work. I'm actually doing the same stuff, helping people, doing my workouts, drinking my shakes like 7 times a day and all that stuff. And then Tina Gonzalez at 1400 leads the pack for the week. So, man, that's friggin' awesome. So I'm so proud of this team, I really am. All of the teams within the team, really, I'm proud of it. And I'm proud of all the new people that I've been seeing that are stepping up. I mean, we've really been attracting a great group of people who know and believe in and understand the mission and are fitness first people that want to go out there and help others do the same thing. So with that said, let's get into tonight's topic. So how many of you are excited for the Team Cup? You can raise your hands. I can see a few of you, so that's good. So the Team Cup is here. And I couldn't be more excited about the Team Cup. So I just wanted to have a talk tonight because the Team Cup starts in 2 days on July 1st. And it's a 1-month sprint, right? That really is what it is. And so what we do is we do the Team Cup every 3 or 4 months, like 3 times a year. There's this Team Cup activity that we do. And we've had our biggest growth months in the network during Team Cup, right? During Team Cup. So it's always this wave of recruiting that takes place. So let me explain what the Team Cup is, because we now have 4,400 teams in the Team Cup in the network. The first time we did Team Cup 2 years ago, we had 500 teams. The most we've had was the last time was 2,800. This time it's 4,400. So that tells me something. It tells me, one, the network is growing, right? The network is growing. And it's not just growing with like discount coaches, it's growing with good people who actually want to work, who actually want to spread the message, who actually want to go out there and help people. But what Team Cup is this. We get together in small groups of 5 people. So it helps us it's like our own little huddle, right? Our own little huddle. And we're going to focus with just those 5 people for a 30-day sprint. And so you've had people stepping up to organize teams. If you're not on a team yet, I would strongly suggest, but you're on this call, I would strongly suggest that you take action and you go ask the team if there's somebody that needs a person, or you go create a team of your own. You don't have to be a diamond or higher coach to put a team together. In fact, some of our best teams have been led by coaches who were just emerald coaches that went out there and just, said, screw it, I'm going to do this. And we're going to go for it. And they went for it. And that's what happened. And so, but there's 4,400 teams. And during this month, here's really what's important is this. I want you to write this down. Recruiting is the #1 thing that we do. Okay, that we are on a mission. And I want you to understand what that means, right? A mission, think about the mindset of being on a mission. The mindset of being on a mission is to go out and take action, to go out and spread the word, to go out, right? To go out to the streets and go out there and get as many people involved as what we can. And so it's a rally time. During the Team Cup month is really a rally time. I learned a long time ago from one of my former mentors in this business that this is really kind of built in runs. It's built in these focused runs where you just make a choice that for a short period of time, you're going to create as much activity as you can and go get as many people as you can in that short period of time. Well, the Team Cup time is a perfect time to do that, right? This is the time where, listen, I want you guys to understand something. You've done enough learning. You are where you are, right? Does that make sense? Right now, it's time to take whatever you have learned and go put it into action. It's time to sort of weed out all of the things that suck up your time and suck up your energy and suck up your thinking, and get focused on what your job is here as a Beachbody coach, which is the #1 thing we do is spread the word and bring new people into what we do. Recruiting is the lifeline to our business. It's the lifeline to our team. It's the lifeline to our network. It's the lifeline to everything that we are. And so during Team Cup month, 30 days of everything you have, breaking out of your comfort zones and encouraging your team of people to do the same. Many of us, it's really easy in this business especially, and in life, to get stuck in this comfort zone, right? You kind of get into your stride, right? Where maybe you've been making Success Club every month. Or maybe your best month has been 8 points. And you're really excited about that. You got 8 points and you got 2 coaches in a month. I'm going to tell you this, that the only limitation on you is the one that you place on yourself, right? It's the one you place on yourself. And that's just the truth. And that Team Cup time, it really is a time. And when I see coaches who do this, I saw this with Angie Zapian and Danielle Barrera in the last Team Cup, right? And both of their teams, I believe, finished in the top 10 or in the top 15 in the network. I've seen it with Jatana Jackson. I've seen it with a lot of coaches who go into Cup month with the mindset of, you know what, I'm going to stop getting in my way, and I'm just going to go as hard as I can for 30 days, and I'm going to see exactly what I'm made of. I'm going to challenge myself and test myself. And when I make the conscious effort to do that, to challenge myself and rise above and do more than what I previously believed I was capable of, right? How many of you have done that maybe in your fitness, right? You had a workout where you went into and your mindset was, you know what, I'm just going to go balls out. And you know what, maybe I only think I can do 10 push-ups, but I'm just going to go until complete exhaustion in this workout. And I'm going to see where it takes me, right? And how many of you have gotten in that zone in your fitness where now you do that workout after workout after workout? And that's really when you make results, right? That's really when you make the greatest strides in your fitness efforts. It's the same in the business. It's the exact same in the business. So what a great time for you to clear out the clutter, get rid of all the other stuff, right, that is sucking up your time, and get totally focused on the one thing that truly, truly brings results, which is pushing yourself as hard as you can when it comes to recruiting. With that said, with the teams, here's what I suggest. And I've done this well in the past, and the times that I've done this well, I've had teams, and I'm just going to kind of give you my thinking on the Cup. You're welcome to do whatever you want. But the 6 Cup teams that I've personally been part of, 3 of them have finished in the top 10. We finished as high as 2nd one time. We finished 7th. We finished 10th. I've had other teams that are like in the top 50 as well. The last Cup team, I really didn't do a good job with. I didn't get it set up. I didn't get it communicated. So I want to give you what I think is a great Cup situation, right? The first thing would be this. As a team, you want to be totally focused together. That those 5 people become your best friends, right? That group of 5, there's something powerful about a group of 5. You guys become best friends for the month, just for 30 days, right? You are success partners every day in that page. You are reporting every day in your Facebook page what you're doing, right? What are your 3 vital behaviors? Did you get your workout in first? Second, did you invite anybody? Did you follow up with anybody? Who's on your list of people? Okay. And that really, guys, this business is pretty freaking simple when it comes to recruiting. It's creating a list of prospects, taking them through the 5-step process, and at the end of the day, seeing what you got, right? So you got to, first of all, have a list of people. But as a team, what I would do is this. I would set team goals. And I personally would use, this is how I've structured my teams, and I'm going to meet with my team, Cup team, after this, and we're going to do this. But there's tiered prizes. Like when your team gets to 30 points, which would be all 5 coaches getting 6 points, you can hit the first tiered prize. So you win T-shirts, you win hats, you win all that stuff, which is really cool. You can win that stuff. I've won blenders. I've won a GoPro camera. I've won all kinds of stuff. But I would set our team goals according to those tiers. So there's 3 tiers of prizes: 30 points, 50 points, and 75 points, I think it is, as a team. So to hit 75 points, all 5 coaches have to average 15 points each. And that would be a pretty good month for 5 people to hit 15 points each, right? And you might have somebody that does 30 and somebody that does 7, whatever. But you want everybody chipping in, right? It's kind of like a basketball team, right? A basketball team. You always have a high point scorer, right? And then you always have the other guys that are chipping in. They're chipping in as many as they can. But if you get everybody to challenge themselves to do a little bit more, right, or to do it faster, then you can really have a great month. But setting those goals, and then I would do that personally by calendar date. So I divide the month up into 3 10-day segments, okay? So what I say is this, okay, if our goal is to hit all 3 tiered prizes, that would mean all 5 of us need to get to 15 points or more for the month, okay? And which would mean this. All of us are going to commit to earning at least 5 points by the 10th of the month. So when the 10th comes around, we better be at 5, right? When the 20th comes around, we better be at 10. So if you divide it up into 10 days, now if you really want to press, right? If you really want to press as a team, then do it 10 points, 1 point a day, right? I got to get 1 point a day, 1 point a day, 1 point a day. So 10 points by the 10th, 20 by the 20th, 30 by the 30th. So personally, for me, so you got to have your team goals, and then you got to set your personal goals. This is not a time to hold back on what you set as your personal goal. This is a time to set what I call a vomit goal. Okay, and a vomit goal, as described by Tommy, is this. Yes, I spoke in third person just now. That's okay. It's my call. We can do that. All right. A vomit goal is this. So a vomit goal is, I want to talk to you about the goal dial, right? So sometimes you set a goal and you're like, no, it's a no-brainer. I know I can hit that. So for many of you, 5 points is a no-brainer. I know I got 5 points. I can do 5 points in my sleep, right? Then there's a goal that makes you just a little bit nervous. You're like, it's a little bit higher than maybe what I think I do, but I'm pretty sure I can get there if I really try. Does that make sense? That's what I call a nervous goal. If you turn the dial another notch or two, you're going to find what you call your vomit goal. And everybody's vomit goal is going to be different according to who they are, right? But the vomit goal is the goal that you look at and you go, oh, shit. Like, oh, man. Like, okay, did I really say I was going to do that? Holy crap, right? For me, that's like 30 points. 30 points in the month and maybe it's five coaches in a month, right? Does that make sense? But I would set your vomit goal for number of points and number of coaches in the month, okay? If you set it at vomit level, you're going to have no choice but to come out of the gate swinging. Does that make sense? And I wouldn't wait until 2 days from now to start this activity. I mean, I would maybe make my list of people tonight, right? Sorry, this is me. I'm sweaty. It's kind of hot in Ohio right now, a little bit humid. I'm like rolling up my sleeve. It's the football coach in me. Bear with me, okay? I see you guys all friggin' smiling and laughing at me. But the point is this: set your goal at the vomit level, and you'll be amazed at what you're capable of doing. And it doesn't take all 5 of you to do that. I'll be honest with you, and the best teams that I have are this. If there's one person in the team that's willing to step up and challenge themselves, the others will follow. And it doesn't have to be the person who organized the team. Some of my best teams that I organized were led better by the other people on the team. So if you're someone that just joined in a team, if you just make the conscious choice that I don't care what the team says, I'm going to go all out, I promise you that some of the people on the team will follow. And then the ones that aren't are going to feel terrible enough that they're going to go out and they're going to be forced the last 10 days to do something, and they're going to chip in more than they would have. Does that make sense? Because they're part of a team. So here's what I would do. My personal strategy would be this. 1, I'm going to set my goals at a vomit goal. Okay. 2, I'm going to make a list of people. I'm going to write out a list of people. And I'm going to make as big of a list of people as I can. It could be my Facebook list. It could be, I could go through my cell phone and scroll through the names in my cell phone, right? Jot people down on a list of people. So that's the first thing is having a list. The second thing is this: having a reason to approach them with a story of why you're approaching them, okay? So that story, so you have to have your approach story. And being part of the Team Cup is a great reason to go approach people. Hey, listen, I don't know if this is for you or not. That's disarming. Disarm them. I don't know if this is for you or not. Chances are it most likely isn't. But I'm part of a group challenge in my Beachbody business right now. And I'm trying to build the biggest group ever of people who are getting started on their fitness. Which means I got to find at least X amount of people, at least 20 people to get started. Do you know anybody that I could talk to that might be interested in losing some weight and doing a challenge group with us that I could talk to? That could be your story. I'm part of a team challenge. I'm being tested to go all out on this thing. I need your help. Most likely it's not for you. Do you know anybody that might be interested in getting started and that would be willing to exercise and drink a friggin' shake for the next 21 days, for a 21-day period, right? Okay? And if you put it that way, I mean, think about that. If I approached you that way, if I sent you that text message or I sent you that Facebook message, first of all, I'm not trying to recruit you. I'm just looking for help, man. I'm scrambling to get as many people as I can, right? And listen, I don't want the other people on my team to beat me. That's my story. That's exactly how I'm going to approach people. In fact, what I'm personally going to do is I'm going to leverage the fact that I am moving out of town and moving to Florida to say, listen, I want to get as many people in our hometown started on exercising and getting healthy as possible before I skip town here in a few months. Okay, so do you know anybody who's fat enough that wouldn't mind drinking a shake and doing a workout? Because I want to help every single fat person in town. Who do you know that should be on my fat person list? Right? Okay? So you got to come up with your story. The reason that you're approaching, don't hesitate to use the Team Cup as a reason to approach people. Put that in your approach. That's your step 1 invite. Now, if you know the 5 steps, now it's just anytime you get in the conversation with people, you interview them, you show them the videos, you just take them down the 5 steps. It's pretty easy. Okay? So and that's it. And then what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to do a whirlwind of invites at the beginning of the month, and I'm going to filter through those and get as many people as I can the first 10 days. So the first 3 days, I'm going to create a bunch of activity. I'm going to create a list of prospects, right? So I'm going to create a list of people like this, a list of names out of what I created, and I'm going to work those listed names. I'm going to follow up with those listed names. I'm going to set a start date, right? Yes, I'm getting on my knees at my coffee table. I do that sometimes because I'm excited, right? And then I'm going to do that again after the 10th. So my job is to spread the word, create a list, work the list, do that the first 10 days. Second 10 days, same thing. Third 10 days, same thing. Everybody understand that? Okay? Good? We're good. All right? So, I mean, that really is it. I mean, I just wanted to give you my personal strategy, right? Take it, leave it, use it, do whatever you want. feel free. What I would do is this. I would create. Here's what I want you guys to do, okay? Is I want you to create your approach story, how you're going to approach people, your step one approach, okay? What you're going to use to send out Facebook messages, what you're going to say to people face to face. And it should be the same thing that you would type out in a text or type out in a Facebook message, okay? And I want you to post because I want you to post your step one approaches. Go ahead and take 5 minutes after this right now to create that, okay? And then I want you can post it in the Swarm Cave, or you could post it in your Cup team page, whatever. But I would take it and I would post it in our team page, and let us all take a look at it and give you a thumbs up, thumbs down on it. That looks good, you know? But if you're not quite sure what to do, just go in the cave and ask. But the biggest thing is that you have that step one approach with the story. You have the list of people you're going to send it to. When you approach them that way, there's nobody that you can't approach, right? Even grandma, who's 94 years old. Grandma, hey, man, you know anybody in the family that should be on my fat list? You don't have to say it like that. I can say that because I came from obesity, right? But you guys understand. You guys understand what I'm saying? Is this making some sense to you at this point? Okay. Your story, your list, whirlwind of activity, set your vomit goal. I promise you, if you do this way, okay, it's going to lead you to more people. You're going to blow away your first 10-day goals, right? So maybe your goal is to hit Success Club 10. If I was in the Cup, I would not have a goal less than Success Club 10, personally, okay? Even if you've never been in Success Club, I would, because you're talking 5 people, that's 1 person a week. Do you think if you did this for 1 month, if you made that list, if you had the approach and you use the same approach and the same reason to approach people, do you think that you could find 1 person a week? 1 person a week. If you do that, you're going to be in Success Club 10. Everybody understand that? So with that said, that's all I got, man. I'm proud of you guys, but I'm really anxious. I'm really anxious to see who in this team steps up, and I'm not going to hold back this month. I know that. I know our leaders aren't going to hold back this month. They're going to lead by example. I mean, you got guys like Vince Leveille and Tina Osborne, getting 1,000 or more points this week and all that. So I know that they're working. I know that the leaders of your teams are out there working. I know that they're spreading the word. I know that they're all in on this mission. I'm not asking you to be all in forever. I'm asking you to be all in for 30 days, a focused 30 days during the Team Cup, all in with you and your team, breaking through your own personal mental barriers, right? Your emotional barriers that you've placed on yourself, and doing everything you can to help as many people as possible for 1 month, for the month of July, right? And I promise you, on August 4th, you'll be setting off another series of fireworks, because we'll be celebrating what a great month we had in July, guys. I appreciate your time. It is now 9:40 p.m. I've got a Team Cup meeting right after this, so I'm going to let you guys go. Peace out. I want to see your messages in the Swarm Cave. Let's go crush this thing.